when you're doing it this way.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
yeah. So thank you very much for joining me again. And last time we talked on the podcast, you was prepping for the 13 Valleys Ultra, and you have done it since, and that's why we're here
Kind
today.
of, kind of, kind of
Which
done
is
it.
a little
We'll get
spoiler
into that.
for
Yeah.
people. But yeah, so all that training, all that preparation, the build up to it. What was that like? Coming up to the week of doing it. Like
It was,
tapering off your training.
well, we set tapering off, so mine didn't go as it's planned, as nothing ever does in my life. Because it was, my training went from like, I'd say about 70k a week I was running, and which is
Mm.
still probably not enough for what I was doing, to be fair, but because I was trying to add the lifting in as well, obviously I didn't want to run more and more and more, which I probably should have at that point, but we'll get on to that after. So I'd say about 4 week out, just obviously with having the kids, they were up in the night and I was getting less sleep. I ended up running less and less, and I was like 2 weeks out running 20k a week, if that. And I was like, ugh. And everyone was doubting me, like the run club lot that I go with. They were all like, "Oh, he's got no chance because he's not ran enough and all this." And I was like, "They don't know who they're talking to here." But
That added motivation of proving people
yeah,
wrong.
yeah. Even though, yeah, yeah. But I felt really good going into it. I wasn't injured, and out of the three of us that we did it, I was the only one that wasn't injured or had a little niggle, should we say? But I was fine. My body was fine. But yeah, going into it, I was all right. I was good. Looking forward to it more than anything. And then it got the excitement. Took a few days off work before it. Carved up like mad. That was best bit. Just getting to
Yeah,
eat
I can
loads of food.
imagine.
That's the only reason I run. I only do these far distances so I can just eat what I want. What are you
What was your
looking
go-to
shit?
carbon?
A lot of I did a lot of bagels, and I like liquid carbs more than anything. I did
Mm,
like liters of chocolate milk and orange juice, just because it sets it easier on my stomach. I'm not a massive eater. Like I love food, but I can say no dead easy, if that makes
mm,
sense.
yeah.
Like dieting's pretty easy for me, I find, because I'm not like I don't I don't have to eat. I could just if I forget about it, like when you're at work, if you forget about it, I'm fine. I'll be all right, or I'll have one meal and I'll be fine. But then if you ask me, Missy, she's like eats loads.
I'm in that category. Like sometimes I'm
Yeah,
sat there thinking, "Fucking hell, surely it's time for eat again now."
yeah,
I'm not forgetting about it. It's literally like, can I eat an hour after eating? Is that okay?
yeah. I think for me, it depends what I've done for the day as well. If I'm dead
Mm,
active that day and I've ran and lifted, or I've lifted, or like tomorrow's leg day for me, so tomorrow will be a big feed. And like I've had pizza tonight for my tea, but
carbon up.
yeah, carving up for my
Yeah.
leg day. So I say every time I have something high calorie, I'll carving up
Just
for tomorrow.
justify it to yourself. Don't you? Yeah,
Yeah,
just carbon up for tomorrow's set.
yeah, yeah, exactly. Um, but yeah, I love food, but yeah, I'd say what did I do? I did 600 grams a day just of carbs for 3 days, which was a lot. Like that's like 2,500 calories just of carbs. So it was a lot. I think about probably 4,000 calories for them 3 days each, and then on the Thursday. So we was doing it on the Friday at 6 o'clock. On the Thursday, I just tapered it down a little bit because I didn't want my stomach getting absolutely battered too much.
Yeah, especially when you're doing something like an ultra. I imagine these are things that, people don't even consider throwing into the mix. Is like you've got to eat while you're doing it. You've
Yeah,
got to do all your other bodily functions while you're doing it.
yeah,
Like
exactly.
you're right there on
You
a
can say it
fucking
like
hill.
if you
Oh
need to have
yeah,
a shit in the middle
yeah,
of it's the worst thing. You don't
yeah.
want to do that. Luckily, I didn't have to do that this time. I didn't actually go for a shit either. Don't know what happened.
No,
I
just
think I don't.
like
Just didn't
using it
need
in
one.
your body. Yeah,
Yeah, I must have just been using all the fuel.
yeah. Well, that's a good thing, surely.
Yeah, 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 yeah,
Yeah. So I know what happened. We've had a little conversation about it. You've
yeah,
obviously
yeah,
documented
yeah.
it, been very open, but I sort of don't want to jump to that part. I want to build it up and sort of the full from the start line to that point.
Yeah, of
What
course, yeah.
did it all go plain sailing initially?
Yeah, it went really well, to be honest, at the start. The first thing I was nervous about was there was a massive kit list. Kit list was huge. So I was nervous about that, just in case they turned anything away. And I was like,
Mm,
I've only got 5 hours to buy it because we went down for, I think we got there for about 1 o'clock and the race was at 6. So I was like checking in. That went fine. They only checked three things and everything was sound. From there, we went and got food, had a full English. That was all right. Again, I wanted to make sure because I knew for the next 40 odd hours or whatever it was going to be, that wasn't going to eat. There was loads of support there, which was meant, my missus was there, my nan and granddad, her mum and father and her stepdad, loads of lads from the running club, family, friends. That was good. And then yeah, the start was mad. It was packed. There was 250 people on this start line, and they're getting you through like a little narrow like archway. So we're like ready to go and wanting to run at like 5 minute 30 Ks, but you're like trampling on people and
Mm.
like trying to not run. So one thing we said when we got back is like after the few days is we didn't start quick enough because we was trying to not overtake everyone and run round everyone, and we was preserving our energy because we're like we've got ages left. But then we did it too much, so we could
Mm.
have made up 10 minutes or so, which is not in the grand scheme of things. It's not a lot, but yeah. So the start went great. I'd say the first marathon, so about first 40 K was hard because it started going into the dark. And for me, it takes me ages to get into a race anyway. Like even if I'm doing like a 15K run, it takes me 5K to get into it and loosen up and everything. So I was like,
Yeah.
my legs were feeling it, my back was feeling it. I'm like lied down at one point, like 25K and going, oh my God, what have I done here? And the
Yeah.
two lads I'm with, one of the lads, Matt, he was like, I had serious doubts about you when you did that. I was like, oh no. But after that, I was literally absolutely fine for the whole rest of the race. Came to the first aid station, which was, oh God, I don't know, probably 20K in or something like that. It's pitch black at this point. And looking up at this mountain, and as you can see, obviously it's dark, everyone's got head torches on, and it's just little dots like in the mountains. And you're
Fireflies
looking
in the
up,
hill.
yeah, literally. You look up, and I was like, "Oh, that's high," but then you realise there's people above them as well, and then you go in, fucking, it's like looking up a skyscraper in the middle at night, and there's just a
Yeah.
light at the top, and you're like, "I've got to go up there now." So every climb was an absolute bastard.
Yeah. What
It was horrible.
what is that diet? What is that like? I assume have you ever done something like this overnight before, or is this like the
No,
first
no. So
time?
we done. Well, I think I've only done ever two runs in the dark before,
Mm.
which was a massive learning curve. But again, when we've looked back, I said next time, and even now, especially obviously with the winter, I'm doing more night runs on a trail
Mm.
because going up there, you've got to be so cautious of your steps. Obviously, I had a big head torch on, which it lit up the path quite a bit, to be fair. And by that point, I'd said there's still quite a few people clustered together. So you're always following someone, or there's always about probably 10 people in the immediate area at that
Mm.
point of the race. But yeah, it is daunting, like, because if it's that dark and it's that high, you can't see anything off the side. So you're stepping too far, or especially climbing up, it's loose rocks going everywhere, and that's part of what I think messes you up, as gets you tired quicker. Is it's not just a run; it's like you're concentrating for that long as well.
Yeah.
Like you proper got to concentrate.
And it's like obviously you're probably not thinking about it, but your subconscious is almost always channeling to that negativity bias. So it probably adds that sort of that 10% more fatigue of thinking
Yeah,
about fucking hell, is there a loose rock gonna come down in pitch black and I'm not gonna see it
yeah,
until the last minute? Because that people like I went up Helvellyn a while ago, and honestly, some of them fucking rocks, mate, that were coming down were like they weren't just like
yeah.
they'll
It's like a
put you in
boulder.
it, yeah, they'll fucking murder you, like they'll
Yeah,
decapitate you if they hit you. So fucking fair play for doing that in the dark because mine was broad daylight and I was shitting my pants. So
yeah,
never
yeah.
mind what it's like that.
But it adds to the fun as well. It's like that's obviously part of why we do it. It's because we're a bit fucking
Yeah.
weird anyway.
So it's like is the adrenaline sort of is it noticeable or does it just become sort of second nature when because obviously you're there for fucking ages.
Yeah,
You're
yeah,
in the trenches. It's not like you're getting this adrenaline spike one off because
yeah.
it's
No, it's not. It's more of a gradual thing. Is you'll have such high points and you have such low points of like them nights were shit. There's no way around it. They were shit, and it wasn't. I'd say it was enjoyable because you're going, I'm fucking smashing this. But the best bit is when it becomes light and it's like, you're looking forward to that next thing, and that's what I like about the ultras is you've got an aid station to look forward to, or you've got, you know, you're having a laugh with your mates, or you've got to take your mind off it that it's pitch black and that you're going to run for the next 12 hours before you see daylight again. That was that was part of it for me, was, the unknown of running in the pitch black. But yeah, it was all right. I'm not even going to say it wasn't terrible. Wasn't terrible. Wasn't as hard as I thought it was going to be. A lot harder, to be fair, to run in the dark,
Mm.
especially like down, down the hills and the flats. But yeah, it was all right. Like, it's still all right.
So something that sort of blags my head, and that I just obviously can't get my head around it because I've never experienced it, is I had Karen Ennis on the podcast, and she's an ultra swimmer,
Yeah,
and she swims for like 20 plus hours at a
yeah.
time. And I was asking her, and this is the question that I'm asking you, but a long-winded way of doing it. Sort of, how do you battle the the tiredness and the want to sleep, or is it that you just sort of buzzing and you're in that steady state of, like, peaks and troughs of adrenaline that you don't feel it, or are you battling it?
No, not. I wouldn't say. For me, that's one thing that I didn't struggle with. I think maybe. So, just for anyone that doesn't know, we did 28 hours in total. We didn't finish it. Did 125k out of 185. So it took us 28 hours, but we'd been awake for something like 40 hours in total, 42 hours, something like that. Yeah, it didn't. I don't know if it's one because I've got kids, so I'm used to being up. Like I'm used to getting up in the middle of the night and then going back to sleep, or I've worked shifts, so I've done night shifts before where I've stayed up for longer than 24 hours already, if that makes sense. Because when I did night shifts, I'd always be up early anyway, then do a full 24 hours before I'd even go back to bed. So I don't know if that played a part with me. I know the other two lads that I was with, at one point they struggled. And if you've seen my Instagram with the meme that I created with me dancing with them poles,
Yeah, seeing
so
that,
that
I was
was
going to bring
like,
that up.
yeah, that was 14 hours in. So that was just as it had become daylight again. I was buzzing. Like, I don't know what came over me, but I was just one, probably the amount of caffeine. So I had little caffeine pills, and two of them was 100 milligrams. So I was just popping two of them every like 2 hours or something like that.
Fucking
It's like having
hell.
a can of Monster every 2 hours of fucking. So I was laughing, and obviously you're eating loads of sugar because of the gels, sweets, bananas, everything that you're eating. But I think the amount of fuel, and you're there for that reason. It's not like a so, like for example, if you stay up because of work, you don't really want to be there. You don't, no one wants to go. I want to do a night shift, or I want to be on extended. Whereas this is like because it's an event, and I can imagine it's the same with the ultra swimming. You're there for a reason, and that reason
Mm,
is that I knew that part of that was going to be that I'm going to be staying up. Is I was expecting it. I did think sleep would get me a bit more, but I was quite pleasantly surprised that it didn't. Um,
mm.
yeah, so I didn't feel tired, other than when I'd finished, and I was tired then.
So you've alluded to about the fact that you still did what you said, 120k.
125, yeah,
That's
yeah,
fucking.
not good enough.
Well, this is what I was gonna ask you about, but you have that dangling carrot of the finish line, like you said there, what's keeping you
Yeah,
motivated and going. But obviously, do you want to explain as to why you stopped? Because I think
yeah.
it's
So I think we got in. So just to break it down a little bit. So I was second. So I finished 125k, but the aid station before that, there was three of us that started the race. One of the lads dropped out at that point because throughout the race his feet had been absolutely killing him, like he'd been blistered really badly, and his feet were just knackered and he couldn't run the downhills or the flats. His legs just didn't have it, he said. But then he was flying uphill. He was faster than me uphill, but just couldn't do the flats and downs.
mm,
So he was like, right, lads, I'm going to let you go, and I'm going to stop, which we didn't want him to. We'd started as three mates that run together every week. We wanted to finish it, but he pulled out. At this point, Matt's missus had met us at this aid station, which was aid station number 7 out of like 12. Now, we didn't know, because it's our own fault. We didn't read the rules properly. It wasn't, this has changed this year because a few lads have done it last year. It's become an unsupported race, so that throughout the race at the aid stations, other than number 8, which we didn't know, you can't have anyone give you anything or give you
uh,
clothes or food or anything. There's no support allowed, which we didn't realise. So at number 7, Matt's girlfriend met us with a full bag of clothes for me and some fuel, like gels. monster, stuff like that. So I take that in. It's in this it's like a Catholic hall. So I took that inside, starts getting changed, and this woman comes running over to me. She's a volunteer, and she's like, "Oh, you can't use that." I'm like, "What do you mean?" She said it's an unsupported race, and I was like, "What?" It's like I want to. So this T-shirt that I had on, I'd had it on for probably the whole race. I'd had it on for like 14 hours. It was piss wet through,
Yeah.
and I was freezing, and I was like, right, all right. And but at this point, my mate Matt had gone to the toilet because we were carrying on, so he'd gone in the toilets, got changed into dry clothes, and come and sat out. And I said, "They're DNFing us because we've taken clothing and we're going to take food." And we're not allowed. So she was asking like the higher ups, like the organizer of the race, and they said no, not allowed to take it at all. If they take help, they're getting DNF'd. So we was like, fuck's
Oh,
sake. So at this point, morale's obviously our mates just quit, and then
yeah.
morale's been fucking hit by that because so Matt, Matt had dry clothing on, went back into the toilets and put his wet clothes on. I'm
Fuck.
still piss wet through. We literally just grabbed loads of sweets from the aid station and we was like, right, we're fucking going. He was like, you can have your drop bag off your friends at the next aid station, and it was 15k away. But we knew that it was a bitch of a climb. It was like 620 meters, this climb.
Fucking hell.
It's like fucking straight up. But it was 15k away as well, like obviously distance wise. So it was like, right, fuck it, come on, we feel fresh, we feel good, we're going for it. So he sets
Yeah.
off, we're running, absolutely flying. This is at 6 o'clock, and then by half seven, obviously it's dark. At this point, we just put our waterproof pants on because it starts raining. We're going up one of the crags, I don't know the name of it. We're going up this crag, and it's gone pitch black, and it just started pissing it down. We're like, oh, it is what it is. Not bothered about that. Head torches on, climbing up, and it's like it's mega steep, so it's literally like poles in the ground, and you fucking step in mega heavy. Next minute, looks up, and this woman's coming down, and she's a mountain rescue woman. She's in this mountain rescue coat, like big, massive coat. She's got these mega walking sticks and a mega head torch, and she goes, "Oh, it's dangerous up there." She said, obviously the wind's kicking in now, and at this point it's like blowing sideways. Like she was like, "You can carry on if you want." She said, "The path has eroded over the years, so you won't be able to see the path." She said, "And we
Fucking hell.
create the national park or whoever looks after it is creating a new path." She was like, "Right," but she was like, "My colleague's at the top." And you looked up and you could see this little head torch like fucking well high up. So I was like, "Yep, sound." She was like, "Head up there. She's she'll guide you." She was like, "Right, sound."
Like it's a leisurely walk up High Street. Just head up there and
Yeah,
you'll find her.
yeah. So it was like, all right. So obviously I'm using GPS on my watch, going up, going up. Probably gets 50, 100 meters away upwards, which is obviously still quite high. Next minute, this torch just disappears. Head torch disappears. And I'm like, so I turns to Matt and I goes, "Mate, I have no idea where she's gone. Or this person's gone." And he goes, "Well, neither have I." He goes, "Just keep going up." So he keeps going up. We think we're near the top is. And I said, "My watch isn't working." So my GPS, on Google Maps, how like when you turn your phone, your arrow will turn to which
Yeah,
way you're
yeah.
facing. Well, that stopped happening on my watch, and it just wasn't moving. But there was no path on the watch as well, so it just creates like a red line. And I was like, Where the fuck are we here?" At this point, the fog has hit us, or we're either fog or we're in the clouds, no idea. But we could literally just see each other, literally just stood there for 15, 20 minutes trying to get GPS watch. His watch wasn't working from the start of the race, so the GPS had stopped on his anyway. I'm trying to get my phone out because you had to have two GPSs. Getting my phone out, can't even get it on because it's raining that much, and it's inside like just a plastic,
Yeah.
like sandwich bag, but trying not let it break. I'm trying to couldn't get my phone to work, so I'm like, oh great, this is shit. This we're probably there for about half an hour, 40 minutes stuck. And it's bearing in mind it's pissing it down and we literally genuinely cannot see a thing in front of us. What we'll do is if you want to edit this, by the way, I'll get a picture and send it you. And if you
Yeah.
can pop it up and you'll be able
Yeah,
to
yeah.
see what we could see, I'll send it you after this.
Yeah, sound. I'll make a note of that now.
Yeah.
But go on. Yeah.
Um, so we couldn't see anything, and I'm like, "Mate, what are we doing here?" And he was like, "Lad, I don't know." So we're like, we didn't know what to do. We were thinking we're going to get stuck here, and we both literally turned to each other. Now, anyone that's listening that knows Matt is like, he's one of them. He's like stern as anything and won't say how he feels. Doesn't say he's like, "Yeah, not scared me, lad." And we both looked at each other and went, lad, I do not want to die on this mountain.
No.
Because in my head, everything's going through my head. So I'm thinking, right, 7 o'clock, it's 12 hours till daylight. Obviously, we've got GPSs on our shoulders. They have like a tracker. So we're not going to get lost. But at this point, we've been up for 25, we'd been running for 25 hours. This is
Mm,
how far in we are. So your head's gone.
yeah.
Like, 4 hours before this, Matt was hallucinating because he thought he saw a cow up the top of a mountain. It was a black rock, and it was like at the top of the mountain. And you've got people going past us. This fella's like, I keep seeing eyeballs, and it was white moss on rocks, and he was
Mad.
hallucinating. I was gutted. I wanted to, but I didn't get to
Yeah.
that point.
Didn't get that. Didn't get that
No, I
far
was
in.
gutted. I was gutted. So we carries on. We're like walking around a little bit, and he's going, I'm sure it's up and left here because he's done this bit before in his last ultra, like
Mm,
last year. So we're like, right, we'll carry on walking. We carries on walking up and left for 10 minutes, and it's like mega tall grass, swampy bogs, rocks everywhere. Not getting anywhere at this point, so I'm like, shit. So he rings, there's like an emergency number. Managed to ring Matt's girlfriend and say, look, we're going to DNF here because we've already lost too much time and we're lost. We have no idea where we are. So she's like, I said, you need to tell them to come and find us. Bearing in mind, my t-shirt's piss wet through. I'm freezing. So I'm like going hypothermic and I'm like, this is not good at all. I was like considering getting my bivy bag out that's like a survival shelter and all this. I was like, I do not want to do that because then that's like stay where you are kind of thing. So we're going, and about 10 minutes passed. And then on the right hand side, about 100 meters away, you just saw this tiny little head torch. And I was like, so I put mine on red. I don't know why, because couldn't fucking see anything anyway. Puts it on red, and I'm like shouting, yo, yo, yo. And I'm like fucking screaming at top of my voice in middle of Lake District, hoping that he sees me. Comes fucking, I'm running over to him, and it's like a deer galloping through mega long grass, like just jumping off. Didn't give a shit. Turns out we was going the wrong way, so it was down and right, and we was going up and left. So
fucking
luckily we
hell.
didn't carry on going because I don't know where we'd have. We could have fell off the fucking edge for all I know, because
Yeah.
no, literally couldn't see anything. This is these two fellas, and they're in the 50s probably, and they're just walking, plodding along, and then we get to about 50 meters, and there's like mega massive stone rocks. If anyone's ever been up Rigby, they have them there. It's like
Mm,
mega stone pathed out, and he had a proper GPS machine. And he's like, I said, do you know where you're going? And he goes, yeah, yeah. So he was like, right, we're lost. We've been lost for about 45 minutes. We need your help. And he's like, yeah, just follow us. So at that point, I'd lost my head. My emotions were fucking everywhere. Obviously,
mm.
I'm thinking I need to get on to my kids. At this point, he says to me, he went, lad, if we needed to, I'd have given you my coat and you'd have lived. I was like, our heads were just gone. And we're,
Gone full
we're
lost
walking
on it.
down. Yeah, yeah, it was mad. And we're walking down, and for some reason, Matt's shoes had just lost all grip. So he'd had like, oh no, that was it. So afterwards, he'd realised he had loads of mud on his shoes, obviously, but because he had waterproof pants on, his pants had got stuck under his shoe, but he didn't realise at the time.
That's a
So it's
fuck all
like,
grip on it.
so there's no grip. So every step he took, he kept slipping, like going, whoop, whoop. And I was like, oh, just get me down.
You had a
3 hours.
ankle as well, didn't
Yeah, so he started with a sore Achilles, but he said that was all right, to be fair to him. And he again, we were smashing it at that point. And that's what annoyed us so much after it, is how, like physically well we felt.
he?
We
Yeah.
was flying. But my head was gone. I was just like, just get me home to my missus, my kids. I just need to get off this mountain. I was like, I don't want this medal enough to
Yeah.
risk my life. We knew that we had two massive climbs left after it. We'd done 5,000 meters of elevation total, and it was 7,500 for the whole race. So we only had 2,500 left. So like a third of elevation, still a lot, within 60k as well, which was quite a bit. Because 3 hours get down because it was that slow, couldn't see where we was going. And there was a few lads that got lost as well. There was another two, and they DNF'd. Funnily enough, this is mad. Today, about 5 hours ago, someone commented on my YouTube video, and it was the fella who we walked with who found us.
Wow.
And he put a massive paragraph on saying like, oh, it was me who found you, and we struggled as well. We DNF'd at the next one and all this. And I was just like, how mad is that? Like, I had no idea on his name or anything. And he was like, number 99 here and all this. And I was like, fucking nowhere. So he's
Yeah.
found me through
Small
a
world,
video.
isn't
So
it?
I was buzzing with that. But yeah, unfortunately, the main reason we didn't do it is because we got lost. If we didn't get lost, we'd have carried on because we'd have been fine. We'd have pushed it then because I think at that point, before we got lost, we was about 2 hours ahead of like the cut-off time for the, so we were looking at a 44-hour finish rather than a 46 and a half
Mm.
at that point, which I think we'd have probably carried on if not caught up a bit at that point. But it is what it is. Another thing that happened was once we'd finished, Matt's missus came and picked us up from the bottom of the mountain, took us back to this aid station, and I'm going, it was midnight nearly at this point. I had nowhere to stay because my missus is staying in a caravan that was meant to be full. It was like half an hour away. They're all waiting for me, but they'd all had a drink because obviously they're on a weekend away. So I was like, I don't even
Yeah.
know where I'm going to stay. Luckily, Matt's missus took me back and took me to the caravan, and I ended up staying there. But it was rough. It was just once I'd stopped, my body seized up, and yeah, it was it was painful afterwards.
How long did it take you to recover?
I'm still
Or
not
have you not
fully. No,
recovered?
so two mad things have happened. Both my big toes are completely numb.
Fucking
Just like I don't know what is happening with my toes. And I've run 5K in 2 weeks because my knee has been a bit dodgy. I don't know what I think I've done something to my tendons a little bit. I think it's all the impact from coming like downwards has
yeah.
just messed with my knee a bit, but nothing major. I'm not injured. I'm just having a light week off running on that. And I did cross trainer last week for an hour between that and the bike, so I'm going to
Slowly
try again
building back
Wednesday.
up.
Yeah, yeah. I'm not going mad straight away on the running because I want to do it properly. And yeah, another thing, I've booked it again for next year. So
I was just going to ask you this. I can imagine knowing you
yeah.
and, just the mindset that you have. I can imagine it will keep you up until you do it.
Oh, honestly, right. I finished it the day after I was going to Amy, my missus. I'm going. There's no way am I ever doing that again. I said, just fucking not doing it. I'm not doing it. I was pissed off and all this, and then I was like, after that, I was like, I think I might do it again this. And she's like, oh, for fuck's sake. I was like, she knew as well. She knows what I'm like, and I said I can't let it beat me, even though it's not. It has beat me because I didn't do it. But I was like, I'm just a bad loser, and I know I can do it. That's the annoying thing. And the next time we've made this agreement, we had a full debrief in pub the Wednesday after. There was a big group of us, so because obviously a few of the lads did the 5 valleys and one of the lads did the 7 valleys, so they all smashed it. So it was like, we'll have a big debrief. So us three, we all went and sat, and we basically said like the things that went right were how good we felt up until obviously Chris's feet gave up, and then nutrition was spot on. The only thing that we did too much was we spent too long in the aid stations. Like one of them was 45 minutes, which is way, way too long. Like that's how long you should be there if you're sleeping.
Yeah.
Having a minute. Yeah, it should have been 5 minutes in aid station, 10 at the most. Grab something and go. But we've agreed, so all three of us booked it again next year. This is Chris's third time because he did it. So he did it last year. He was ill, so he stopped the first aid station. And then he's tried again this year. Obviously, his feet gave up, and then next year he's doing it again. And
Third
then
time's
this
a
is mine.
charm.
And well, that's what we've said. That's what we've said. But we've made the agreement that we'll all start together, and then if you're flying or whatever, just run your own race then.
Hmm.
Because I'm not doing it again and not doing it. I will complete it this time.
You say that, and I can just see you, but I have every faith you'll do it
Yeah.
this time. I mean, the weather was particularly shit, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Was that
yeah,
the weekend that we had all that proper shit weather?
yeah. Well, it was. Yeah, it would have been afterwards. It was all right on the Friday. The Saturday was a bit rough. There was a
Mm.
lot of rain on the Saturday night, and then Sunday. I can't even remember the Sunday. To be honest, I was fucking out of it. I was. Yeah.
Comatose.
I took a week off work because I already had annual leave, but I needed a week off. I'm glad I took it as well because my body was just. It was more the sleep. I slept 3 hours. So when I got in, I slept from I probably got into that caravan at 1, slept till 4 because I was in so much pain seizing up that I just couldn't sleep properly. And then again that night I had 3 hours sleep, so I'd had like 6 hours sleep in 4 days. So it was just my body was just knackered. But yeah, I think it was. I think this time the thing that I'm going to change more is I was still in that. I don't know how if you've ever started running and felt this, but because you lift as well, I was like in such a mind of I don't want to get smaller if I
Mm.
run as well as lifting. But I've finally found that balance, and I think now going into going into what I know, I'd spend more time in like the Lake District running because I didn't go often enough. I only went once. Obviously, it's easier said than done when you're spending a full weekend there if you're going running basically. Because for us, it's an hour and a half away in it. So
Yeah.
and then running and then an hour and a half back, it's a full day away from when you've got kids and a family to look after, or you've got work or whatever. So spend more time in the hills, um, and then yeah, just get fitter, and yeah, just not let it beat me this time.
A GPS.
Yeah, better GP. Yeah, that was true. I actually wrote that down. So I think I'm going to get one of those machine ones because all it is it's like an iPhone. It's like a
Mm.
walkie-talkie, but has a big screen on it. So rather than a Garmin, it's like mega tiny and thin. Whereas this one was you could zoom in to it and you could see every little nook and cranny that it
Wow.
went off on. It was really good. They're about 250 quid though. So
Yeah, but it's if it means not dying up an hill, it's a
yeah,
solid
exactly.
investment.
Yeah. And for next year, I don't need any of the kicks. I've got it all. So I've saved all that money. So, but another thing as well is I raised 1,100 quid for Elsie's story, which was the best part of it all.
Class.
So that's gone to them now. So yeah,
Yeah.
it was a really, really good experience. It was, yeah. I can't wait to do it again already. I'm going to get you into running with me. That's the thing. That's my next. That's
You can. I will try and start running with you. How you will drag me like a mule, though. I
no, you'll be
promise you.
fine. You'll be fine. You've lost all that weight. You're looking good.
Yeah. To be fair, that was the one thing that I noticed when I'd lost the weight. Is that because like toward the end, before I did the shoot,
Yeah,
I'll I'll just go for a run, like
yeah,
just something, because like I didn't want to care myself, but I also didn't want to be sat on a bike, just
yeah, yeah,
fucking doing like off feet
yeah,
stuff. I wanted to be like outdoors. 'Cause it was nice at the time as well.
yeah,
And I did one run one day. I think I did like when you come out of our estate where we used to be,
yeah,
you go right down the Bursker Mile, and then you go over the
yeah,
train
yeah,
tracks through there. So I did that loop. That's probably like I think it's about 7-8 k.
yeah,
I got
yeah,
round and I was
yeah.
like, fucking out of breath. I was like, this is insane. And I was
Let's
like,
get you
fucking
signed up
hell.
for a half.
And I was like, oh my God. I was like, it's not that I've been,
So you need to come
chronically
running with
unfit.
us on a Wednesday.
Yeah, I keep seeing that, but I always
Honestly,
keep
mate,
thinking
it's
I'm shite. So,
no, trust me, mate. You'll be absolutely fine though.
mm,
They're absolutely sound. You'll be, yeah, not gonna, yeah, you'll be. Trust me, you'll be fine.
so I will, we'll get it
There's a
done.
lot of new runners.
Yeah, yeah,
So
I'm still not,
six
I don't know
o'clock
what
on a
level I
Wednesday.
am, but I reckon
Even if you
it's,
just went for the social 5K, there's 50 people that go now. Like
yeah,
there's
I seen
50
them
there the
running the
other
other
week.
night. It was fucking, it didn't
Yeah,
end.
I
It
know.
literally, like, they were running down Burskemar and I was like, fuck me, is there like
Yeah,
a
and the
concert
good
going
thing
on of
is,
runners?
yeah, say if you're a bit of a slower runner, they will wait for you. So we
Mm,
have like because they've took a few more people of they've created more like it's like they've included me and a few others of like leading it with them. So there's like someone at the front, someone at the back, and then someone in the middle, or maybe two of each. And it's honestly, mate, it's so good. That's the only reason I got into running and
mm,
now I'm mates with them all. It's just a good laugh.
yeah,
It's so much better running with people. I fucking hate running on my own. Hate
yeah,
it.
I do.
It's shit. But it's like that. That's why I did the 13 with them too as well. I didn't want to do it. Don't get me wrong, I'll do it on my own next time if I need to, because it's more of a goal, like
Yeah,
focus thing. Whereas this was, I'm with two of my mates and we're going to go smash it kind of thing rather than, we need to get it done.
yeah.
But
It wasn't as
honestly,
personal as the next one will
yeah,
be.
yeah, yeah, this one, yeah, that's a good word.
Yeah.
It's a good way of seeing it.
You
But
can
yeah,
hold me for that. I'll come for
how
a run
was
with
it?
you on
Yeah,
Burs
yeah,
on
good.
Wednesday then. You can hold me for
Yeah,
that.
good. Won't be this Wednesday because I'm at work, but we'll sort a
Yeah,
Wednesday
yeah.
out.
That's good. I can mentally prepare for it then.
Yeah. I was doing the shoot. How did that come about for you?
So like the Danny is my coach.
Yeah.
I work with him at Jill,
Oh
and
yeah. Oh, sound.
yeah, and like I've seen what he's done for himself and he's done for other
Yeah.
people, and I was just like, fuck it. Like everything I had with my shoulder and not being able to do like weightlifting anymore or CrossFit
Yeah.
or anything, play rugby. I was like, I need a goal because like
Yeah.
I wasn't unhappy. Like obviously I was big. Like when you see the
Y-
comparison now of where
y-
I was to where I am, like it's significantly different. But I wasn't
You
in a
weren't like
position.
you wasn't overweight, was you?
I
You
was
was just a big
fluffy.
lad.
Yeah, I was just
Yeah,
like a
yeah, yeah,
fluffy, a rugby player. Like, you know what
yeah,
I mean? Like,
yeah,
and I just did it because I was like, if I have a goal and I have something I can laser myself to. Like
yeah,
the wedding was like the main reason that I didn't want
yeah,
to. I wanted to look good for that. And
yeah,
then Danny was like, "Well, we'll do a shoot after the wedding, and that'll keep you like locked in."
yeah,
And
yeah,
I was
yeah.
like,
Good idea.
"All right, fair enough." Because I didn't want to do it. I really didn't want
Yeah,
to do it. I was like, "Fucking, I don't want to be that guy."
awkward.
Yeah, and like it's something that I'd never done, and obviously at the time, again, I didn't like I said, I didn't look at myself and think you're fucking disgusting, which is like I'm quite lucky in that
Yeah,
regard that I have quite a good relationship with my body. I mean, I don't always like it, but I'm not
yeah. I
one
know what you
person
mean.
that
Yeah,
yeah, what I'm saying, and
yeah, yeah. You're not gonna. Yeah, yeah. I get what you mean. I'm the same. You're not like, oh, I hate how I look. You just accept the fact that that is how you look, and
yeah,
you can change it if you want to, but you don't have to, or you can't. You've got that will
exactly.
to change it, which you've clearly done.
And like I've never been to this. I've never trained before for aesthetics. I know you have
Yeah,
because
yeah,
we spoke
yeah,
about it, and
yeah,
like that was the difference for me. It was the change because like everything I've
yeah,
ever done for performance. So when we did that, and I was sort of umming and ahhing, I was like, what if I still do it and still look like shit, and then I'm doing a photo shoot? But that was like the intrinsic motivation was like,
yeah, yeah,
I've got to get into this and make sure that I
yeah.
don't look like a bag of dicks.
You've got to stand in front of a fucking camera, haven't you, and have someone go, come
Yeah.
on, and get tanned up and oiled up and that.
Yeah, yeah. So I mean, it's definitely like been one of the best things I've done and the hardest things I've done
Yeah,
because like I got a newfound appreciation for people who, like bodybuilders. You do it to a level that is just
yeah,
so
yeah.
higher than
It's
what I'm
astronomical,
doing.
isn't it? Yeah.
Fucking insane, mate. Insane and sort of yeah. And I was a prick. I was just a bastard as well for like a week towards it, and I was like, I was so excited for going, lad. I my 2 days free feeding were disgusting. Like, smashed like 15,000 calories in 2 days.
Nice, nice. I did that once when I was competing. He was like, right, can I have a cheat meal? And there was a place in Ormskirk, it's shut down now, in Burscough, sorry, called Sinners.
Yeah,
And it
I
was
remember
like a,
sinners. Yeah.
yeah. I went in and did a six patty burger, and like it
Wow.
was fucking not even there, just inhaled it.
Yeah.
Oh, it was the best burger I've ever had.
So
Best burger I've ever had.
I can just imagine. I literally as soon as I finished it, I had a Aussie lemonade monster and went and had like a £50 Nando's to
Nice.
myself. I was like, "Fucking, we're off." It was like 1 o'clock in the afternoon. It was just me in Nando's in Liverpool, me and Nick, and I just had a table. This waitress just kept bringing food over, and she was like, "This is fucking weird."
I've not had for 4 weeks, 6 weeks.
Honestly, it's been a
Yeah.
journey. But no, to be fair, like, and now like reversing out of it as well. Like it's good to have that sort of accountability. 'Cause I'm like, I've worked that hard for it.
Yeah, definitely.
I don't want to let it go.
Yeah, that's one thing I messed up on when I competed is the lad who I did it with, a lad called Cal, he owned Warehouse Gym in Hindley.
Yeah, I know, Carl. Yeah,
Yeah, so he was my coach. He didn't. I was only paying him £10 a week. It was more of like a. I knew how to diet, but he was just looking at me because he'd competed before.
accountability.
Yeah, basically that's what it was. And he was like, right, drop your food a little bit to this, and I was like, right, sound. But then after it, did my competition, and I just went, yep, sound. And I just did my own thing then, and I
Mm,
just thought, right, bulk now. And I was like, didn't have a clue what I was doing. And then I'll never be that lean again, I don't think. Like I put it on my story today. I was looking back at pictures
I did
thinking, oh,
see
that'd be
that.
so fucking cool to do it. Obviously, the Olympia's just been on as well, and it's all, if for anyone that doesn't know, that's the biggest bodybuilding competition in the world.
Yeah,
So
you just see
just looking at
people
that,
grainy as fuck, and you're like,
oh,
wow.
yeah, yeah. And I'm thinking, I'd love to go like that again. But yeah, the life's changed. But it's mad because how you said about you used to train for performance. Now it was the aesthetics. I've changed. I've gone the opposite.
Mm,
I'm now training for performance and don't really give a shit what I look like at the moment. I'm not, I'm never going to be fat because I just won't let myself get there. But I'm
yeah,
also not like, I'm not shredded. I'm lean enough. But yeah, just training for performance at the moment and I want to get quicker over these next like 6 months because I've been doing loads of slow, shitty plods at like just doing a 20K run, slow as anything, like 2 hours. I'm like, nah, I want to get something a bit quicker now. So I've got to I put it out on my goals. I think I put sub 43 10K, something like that, sub 45 10K. just give myself little goals. This is by end of year. That's if my knee plays ball for the next 10, 12 weeks.
Yeah.
Try and get a bit quicker in a sub 25k. So that just putting myself little goals out there because keep myself accountable. Kind of like you've
It's,
had with your coaching. I need something to keep me accountable, and I've posted it all over the internet now, so I need to do it.
yeah, and like it's such a massive tool, and I feel
Yeah,
like
definitely.
it's like you were saying then, sort of, and you've alluded to, and I think you spoke about it last time when we was on the podcast. Like, for the most part, especially when it comes to training and things like that, you know what you're doing. I know what I'm doing. It's sort of done it
Yeah,
and been in that sector of like work and stuff. But it's easy to just be like, yeah, tomorrow. But like
yeah, yeah. It
accountability,
is.
it just like you said, like it sounds like Matt and Chris, your mates, when you're there and you do that together, it's almost you've got the camaraderie and the accountability of each other.
Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, you don't want to let each other down, do you? So it's like, well, I'm not being the one that stops, even if you absolutely. I rolled my ankle. I didn't tell this actually. I rolled my ankle about 40k in. No, it wasn't. It would have been more than that because it was during the day. So it was just as it came light. Actually, it was like 15 hours in or something stupid like that. And I rolled my ankle really bad, and I was like, oh no, oh this doesn't like pull me out. So just carried on hobbling on it, and it went eventually. It's still sore now, if you like bend it in one direction that you shouldn't. But
Mm,
I was like, no, holding these are holding me accountable of, you know, people aren't expecting me. And even I'm going to name him Rob, who runs the Run group. He said, I didn't even expect you to get that far. He said,
mm,
like fair play. And I was, and it's annoying because I think, like, say, if I didn't get lost, I would have carried on going forever. Me at that point,
yeah.
I felt really, really good. I was ready for another. That was our second night as well. So it's like you do that night, you're basically there,
Mm.
because you get that you get that daylight thing again of, oh, it's daylight, and I'm buzzing with my speaker, fucking banging tunes out. Oh, some people hated me for that.
Why did other people not have that idea? Because I'd have thought most
No,
people would
I
have
had
been.
I had a waterproof speaker attached to my bag, and we made a playlist before we went, all three of us. So I had like Darude Sandstorm on at 7 o'clock in the morning on the first one, like going, yeah, come on, this is
Sunset's
sick.
coming up, fucking
Yeah,
living your best life.
yeah. Whereas they're all like, I just want a nice quiet run in the hills of fucking Lake
Yeah.
District.
No, like I definitely would need that. I think if just something, it's like a creature comfort in it. I
Yeah,
feel like if you're doing a
yeah,
10k, like oh yeah, you can just bang it out with no music on or anything like that, and
yeah,
just do it.
yeah,
But you do, I imagine, not you need some sort of like, oh fucking yeah, this is a tune.
yeah, yeah. It is literally because it's mad because I don't even train with music. I train with music lifting, but
Mm,
I don't listen to music when I'm running. I either run with someone, so I don't have headphones in, or listen to a podcast. I never listen to like music because sometimes it puts you off your cadence running.
mm,
Like when it's faster or if it's slower,
yeah,
you naturally speed up or slow down. So I don't like using it. And depending where you're running, obviously, unless you've got them shocks, the
yeah.
bone conducting ones, I don't like. I'll just like being aware of everything around me.
What's around you? Yeah, I
Yeah,
thought that
because I
was
said,
go on.
no, go on. I was just going to say, I wanted to be more like in the moment for that Lake District run. I
Yeah,
was like 48 hours of running. I wanted to experience it and be there and not just think, it was more of my thought was I've chose to do this and it's a privilege that I get to do this rather than mourning about it. I
mm,
wanted to be there. I was fucking buzzing for it.
yeah,
And
yeah.
that's what made it so gutting to not do it in the
Yeah,
end.
no, I get that because I was just gonna say like that's one of the biggest things recently since I've probably been lighter as well is that I've not ran with any music
Yeah.
and it was a fucking game changer because like you
Yeah.
said, I'm one of them people. Me like if a song comes on, I'm like right, let's fucking can it to this song.
Yeah.
Or like you know what I
Yeah.
mean? It just I'm like right, let's fucking go, and then I'd be fucked and I'd be like oh well I'm only 2k in, like and I've
Yeah.
just done
Yeah.
a
Exactly.
yeah I've just sprinted for fucking 3.5 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah. It is. It is. Some people are really good. I know some people listen to like metronomes when they run. They put
Mm.
it at like 180 beats per minute and they'll run at that and just plod along to that, which might work for some people. I've never tried it, to be fair. I might give it a go. But
That's what I was asking Karen because I was like, when she was in the water,
yeah,
like they can't have anything. Like the, you
not
said
listen to
like
music or anything like that.
they can't have
Headphone.
anything that can aid the like the stroke count or anything. She couldn't even wear a watch.
All right.
So
Oh,
like
God.
she was literally
So how
like
did
you.
you know where she's going?
She has a support boat.
All right.
So the boat, she follows the boat, and then like they pull her in for a feed, and then they put her back in, and then they navigate the tide and everything that's coming in. But yeah, like just fucking being underwater for 20 odd hours just listening
Yeah,
to
I
that.
thought mine was hard. No chance.
But I mean, both of them are absolutely insane. But
No,
like, yeah,
swimming's definitely harder than it.
mate, some of the shit she said, like she said she got stuff. It's funny when you said about hallucinating because like the
Yeah.
last 2 weeks I've spoke to two people who've done ultras in different remits and both have mentioned hallucinating. So she said she got stung in Hawaii by jellyfish so badly that she got like acute poisoning because her body
All right.
couldn't like process the poison anymore.
Yeah.
So she said when she was swimming that every time she come up for a support boat, she thought it was a gondola, and I like the boat's in Venice, so
Yeah.
that she was just
Fuck
tripping.
off.
She thought she was
That is
tripping in the
mad.
middle of there, and she's like, yeah, but she swam just like hallucinating for fucking 10 hours.
That's mad.
Fuck. Yeah.
Yeah, I know how bad I am at swimming, so
But well, it's funny because she was saying about because I was asking her about running and she was like saying what you're saying,
so
but
bad at
in the
running.
opposite way around.
Yeah, yeah,
So
it
I
is
said,
mad.
oh yeah, it's
Yeah,
just how people find you pick your poison, don't you?
yeah, yeah, definitely. And then either take it to the extreme or not.
Yeah, yeah. You
Yeah,
go
gonna
rabbit
get a few.
channeling.
Yeah, gonna get a few runs on Agile track as well.
Yeah, yeah. Do you ever
Might
fancy an
sign
Iron
up.
Man or anything?
Yeah, I watch it a lot. I watch Iron Man a lot.
Hmm.
Love watching it. For me, one, it's the expense.
Hmm.
Like it's 760 quid for enter it, just for the race, and
Wow.
then you've got to get a decent bike. So you're talking at
Hmm.
least £1,000 for a bike.
At least.
Yeah, at least. If you want a carbon, you're talking 3, 4 grand.
Yeah.
And then we live in England, so you need an indoor bike trainer because you imagine you was training for an Ironman now, and like you had to go out now and do a 2 hour
Yeah.
cycle because I'd have to go out when the kids are in bed, so it'd be 7:30 till 10.
Yeah.
To get the extra training in because there's three disciplines, and I'd want to lift as well. That's the thing. So, and the swimming, just not in my life yet. Maybe when
No.
my kids are a lot older and I've got a lot more time on my hands. Yeah, I think because again, I'm not someone who can just, especially with that Ironman. I wouldn't want to do. I wouldn't want to do it. Well, I would. I'd love to. I know I could complete it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's the thing. I know I can already run a marathon, and I can. Obviously, it's different because you're doing it after a swim and bike, but I've got the legs in me to do it after the bike as well because I know I could cycle that long, but I wouldn't want to do it where I'm doing like a 16-hour one and it's slow and I'm just
Yeah.
plodding. I'd want to give it a proper go, which I'd need proper training for, and I'd
Yeah.
probably drown before I got to the bikes. Yeah, and my swimming, mate, is honestly, I reckon I
Open
reckon I could do a length.
open water is
Yeah,
rough.
different.
But
Yeah,
when my
different.
shoulder's fixed, I'll go swimming with you because I can actually
Yeah,
swim. So
right. Well, there we go. You can teach me how to swim, and
just
I'll run with you.
let me get two functioning shoulders and we'll
Yeah.
go.
What happened with your shoulder? Did you have an operation not long ago?
Yeah, so I shattered it playing rugby a couple of years ago. I didn't know I'd
Yeah.
shattered it. I'm thick. Unretired from playing rugby. First game, someone come in as a shooter, tackled me. I got a dead arm, went off, came back on. I was like, fucking hell, I saw that. And then did 3 weeks later, did a weightlifting competition, my first weightlifting
Oh
competition.
God.
I was like, still not great. And then I went, and it was like, oh, it's an impingement. I have 5 weeks off rehab. 5 weeks off, went back and played rugby. Another 5 weeks off, went back and played rugby. And I was like, it's getting worse, this. And so, like, one day, literally, I was in bed and I couldn't get the quilt off me. I couldn't even pick the quilt up
Oh
without,
no
like,
way.
being in, like, screaming pain. So I
Yeah.
was like, I'm going to have to do something. So I paid for get, like, a scan. Because Nick's job at the time, luckily, we had private healthcare. Like, we did
Yeah.
fortunate for have it. And, yeah, there was, like, so you see your bone there on that scan. You see how it's like black. That shouldn't look like that. So essentially, there was like imagine the casing of like a hard boiled egg, and you
Yeah.
hit it with a spoon, and you get like an impact
Yeah.
circle, and then the bone crack, and then the shell cracks all around.
Yeah.
That's what happened from the midpoint of my humerus right into the ball of my
Canal.
shoulder. So I was just playing rugby on with a broken arm and weightlifting with a broken arm
Go
over
on, lad.
and over
Proper
and
hard.
over again. But not, it was just thick. It was just stupid. But like the only reason I did it is because I kept getting told it was an impingement. So
Yeah.
I'd be like, and to be fair, it would get better after 5 weeks because it was inflammation. So like, I wouldn't
Yeah.
do anything. I'd be like, oh, it's sound again, and then I'd be like, fuck, this is painful. So like that was the game was like the 20th of March 23. So I did
Yeah.
that, and
Fucking
then
hell.
that's how I got into the rut. Like because it got to a point like after a year where I was like couldn't lift weights, couldn't lift
Yeah, you
above
couldn't
head,
do anything.
couldn't play
Yeah.
rugby. So I was just like, oh, I'll just tick
Surprised you didn't
over.
get into running there.
Yeah, but I was too heavy. Like I
Oh
did a
yeah,
bit
yeah, I
of it.
suppose, yeah.
So like I did Wigan 10K, and I think it was about 94 kilos, and I sprinted it, lad. I redlined it for 52 minutes. I've got it
Oh
on
man.
my Instagram. I'll send it. Yeah,
Yeah.
literally just red zone for fucking 52 minutes.
It's on 5 for 50 minutes.
Literally, honestly, lad, I'll send you when we're done. It was literally that. But then, but I just wasn't in the place to be like losing weight.
Yeah.
I had like the cortisol injections in my shoulder. I had everything,
Yeah.
did everything like rehab, specialist rehab, and then they were like, we're just gonna go in and sort it. And then they took I had an arthroscopy and bursarectomy, so they took my bursa out in my shoulder because apparently I had chronic bursitis. So that's what the pinching was and the stabbing.
Yeah.
Was that just this part of my shoulder was constantly inflamed from the break. So now I don't have a bursa, so my shoulder doesn't really produce any synovial fluid. So I've just got like a rusty shoulder, but I shouldn't be in pain. So we'll see.
So you're not shoulder press or anything like that then, or?
Not for a while.
Yeah.
Well, to be fair, I had the
You did 50
surgery.
key dumbbells over it.
Yeah, I clean and jerked 110.
Yeah.
I did. I had the surgery like it'd be 3 weeks this Wednesday, and like I'm back training arms and stuff now. So like,
You get some peptides in you.
yeah, I've had them. Yeah,
Have you got them? Yeah.
yeah, yeah. That's
Can edit that out
literally,
if you want like us.
yeah, yeah. No, yeah, literally, lad. Yeah, I don't think I'd be as far along as I am now
I
if
was
it
going to say
weren't.
I'd be straight on them.
Yeah,
BPC and TB.
yeah.
T500, whatever it is.
TB 500. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, yeah. They work. They fucking
Yeah. I don't
sorted me
blame you.
out. No.
I was thinking about it from my back, but
Yeah.
when it was before this race, I was like, because I've had this, got an injury. God, God, was it? I was at Pure Gym. That's when you know it was a rough. This was before New Vault opened and Pure Gym had just opened in Ormskirk.
Mm.
So I was like, I
Well,
want somewhere 24-hour. So
yeah.
obviously that's where we saw each other in it.
Yeah,
Did we
yeah.
see each other in there?
That's where we
Yeah, we
we
did, didn't we?
realised we lived about 5 minutes
Yeah,
away from
yeah,
each other.
yeah. So I was like, went in there and I picked these 40 key dumbbells up, but I picked them up, like when you sat at the end of a bench,
Yeah.
and I picked them both up at the same time, and my back popped, and I went just completely like nearly blacked out, went fully black, came to, and I was just seeing stars, and I was like all hot and flustered, and I just knew that something had gone bad, and I was like off work for 2 weeks and fucking dosed up on naproxen, painkillers and that, and it's just never been the same since after like 4 years. I went to Rick actually, yeah, for sports massage, and he said, "You've got so much. I've got loads of scar tissue from this old injury." I've only been to him 2 times because I keep going, oh, I'll go back, and then you know what it's like. You say it, and then you just
Life
forget
gets
for
in the
four
way.
weeks, and yeah. But I do need to stay on top of it.
Mm.
'Cause it stops me from like deadlifting. I'm not like in pain. Like, I'm not in pain now, but like tomorrow I'll go and do legs and I'll do squats, and I'll get to a certain weight, and it'll just get to a point where my back's the thing that's stopping me going any heavier rather than the actual weight of
Yeah.
squatting it.
Like an alarm bell.
Yeah, and it's always in my head, even though probably nothing had happened.
Mm.
I'm just, yeah, too paranoid, and I'm not that arsed of, I'm not a professional powerlifter. I'm not like I'm squatting till I die kind of thing,
Yeah, yeah.
of because I want to carry on with everything else. But yeah, injuries, shit in it.
Class in it. Well, that's what they've scraped all scar tissue out of my shoulder.
Yeah.
So I can start from scratch. I can build it all
Well, yeah,
back up
that's
again.
good. Yeah, that's good.
Just fucking mangle it
Hopefully,
again.
no more. Hopefully,
No, no, hopefully not. Touch wood. I definitely can't be going back playing rugby, even though I
I know.
probably
Yeah,
will. But
fucking
yeah,
hell.
it's just one of
That's
them.
one thing for me. I started doing is warming up a lot more. Like
Yeah,
just warming up and fucking moving a bit more before going into weights.
that is one thing I would go back and tell 16-year-old me. I'd be like, lad,
Definitely.
you might think it's shit, but trust me, intent,
Get get flexible as
get
fuck.
flex.
I'd love love being able to
Yeah,
do splits and fucking.
don't
I
feel like
can't
your
even.
hamstring's gonna tear.
Can you see? I can't front rack. When you do a front squat, that's how
Yeah.
bad my shoulders are. I can't front rack a bar.
only because I was weightlifting. When I first
Yeah,
started weightlifting and like made that like transition from CrossFit to weightlifting, like I couldn't even when I first started CrossFit, I couldn't squat below parallel.
yeah,
My hips and like hamstrings and quads were just so tight and so
yeah. See,
damaged from
I'm
playing
all right.
rugby.
Like, yeah, going squat wise. How did you get your shoulder? Could you always front rack?
Not well. And then it was
No.
just a case of like
Was it just
sitting,
trying it or?
yeah, just sort of sitting with the bar in the position, and
Yeah,
then
I
just
might try that.
loads of stuff like getting a box and like just stretching through,
Yeah,
like doing the what's the word I'm looking for? You do like child's pose, but off a box, and you sort of like
yeah,
drop
yeah,
through doing
yeah.
that, but instead of doing it long arm, doing it through like short arm and letting it
All right,
pull
okay.
through that. Yeah,
Yeah,
there's loads of weightlifting things I can send you that are
yeah, yeah,
designed
yeah. That'd be
for.
good. My shoulders and my back are my probably two worst. Shoulders are terrible.
Yeah, my lats are always just feel like they're screaming.
Yeah,
Nothing better than when you get like a res band and you put it to rig, you just let it
yeah.
like
It's minting
dislocate.
it. Yeah,
Yeah, so good. So old and beat, so old and
I
broken.
know. I'm not even that old as well.
But it just
In our
happens, doesn't it?
fucking, we're in our prime, lad. When it's
Yeah, sometimes I think like fucking hell, how am I gonna feel when I'm like 55 if I make it that far?
I've no shoulders, no legs.
There'll just be nothing left. There'll just be
No,
no cartilage or tissue. It'll just be bone on bone at this point. Can't
yeah.
wait. That's
Hey,
what I said
another
to him.
thing is I
Go on.
booked a wedding as well.
Oh, you'll enjoy that. Now,
It's
everything
not
you've
even the plan
done,
of me, it's the price.
yeah, yeah. You think everything you've done's character building. Wait till you plan a wedding, lad.
Oh, horrible,
Telling you now. But
horrible.
just do what you want to do. That's my best
I'll
advice.
do as I'm told.
Yeah.
That's
No,
even better
I mean
advice.
as a collective. Yeah, yeah. And no, the
Oh
best
yeah,
advice I
yeah,
give
well,
you
yeah,
is happy wife, happy life.
yeah,
Yeah,
definitely,
definitely.
definitely.
Well, yeah.
But yeah, mad.
But a pleasure having you on, mate, and
Yeah, thanks for having me.
we'll recap it when you complete it next time.
Yeah, definitely, definitely.
The third time will be the full breakdown of you getting over that crag.
Yeah, I'll show you my medal next time I'm on here. That's a promise.
That love that, and we will have done a run and maybe a swim by then
Yeah,
as
we
well.
definitely will.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
swim that. Either that or I'll drown and you won't see me again on here.
I used to be a lifeguard, so you're saying, lad, I'll
Oh, there
look
you go.
after you.
There
Yeah,
you go.
exactly.
Yeah, same.
Swings and roundabouts, but let people know where they can check you out, and
Yes.
when you
It,
get on YouTube and stuff like
po-
that.
Posting mostly daily on Instagram now, trying to keep consistent with that. So it's just Rigby on both Instagram and YouTube. TikTok's shit, so I don't post on. Post every now and again, but don't know what's going on with it. But no one ever sees anything, so yeah, I don't like TikTok anymore. Yeah, YouTube for the long form and Instagram for the more daily little stories and short form little content.
Perfect. Well, I'll put them down in the description below, and yeah, hope people check it out. And good luck with
Thanks
the
for having me
training
on
for
again,
the
lad.
Norris, mate. Pleasure as always.
Yeah, always. I'll see you soon.